Majestee Hale, age 2, Harvey, Illinois, murdered due to an improperly stored firearm. Police responded to an emergency call in the 15300 block of Lexington Avenue after receiving a call that a child was shot. When authorities arrived on the scene, the child was identified as 2-year-old Majestee Hale. Majestee was found with a gunshot wound to the head, and she was rushed to Ingalls Memorial Hospital emergency room, where she was later pronounced murdered. Majestee parents told authorities that she was shot outside when someone drove by and shot at the house. Illinois authorities later determined that the parents lied, and Majestee was shot inside of the home. The parents were arrested but later released due to lack of evidence. There is no doubt Majestee's parents collaborated a lie to tell authorities before rescue personnel could arrive. This beautiful young 2-year-old child fell victim to this senseless murder due to her parents' neglect of an improperly stored firearm inside of the home. There is also no doubt that this senseless murder is without foul play and could have been avoided. It is now up to the Illinois authorities to bring these lying parents to justice and prosecute them to the fullest of the law for the senseless murder of Majestee Hale. Here's a quote from Illinois authorities. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office did not approve or reject charges related to this incident. After a review of the initial information brought to us by the Harvey Police Department, we informed police that additional evidence was needed before a final charging decision can be made. At this time, the matter remains a continuing investigation.
Broadcast, a 2-year-old girl was shot and we now know killed in South suburban Harvey in an apparent drive-by shooting. That's according to a spokesperson from Harvey Police. Here is a live look at that scene. Again, it's 153rd and Lexington. A 2-year-old girl shot and unfortunately killed. We will continue to stay on top of this.
It's an active investigation. There are some specifics that I don't want to give out.
Question after question, and the Harvey police chief responded with the same answer. He refused to say if they're currently looking at any suspects or persons of interest in the shooting, or how many people were inside the house at the time. The shooting happened around 7:15 last night. Police officers were focused on this house near 153rd and Lexington. An entire section of the street was taped off as investigators spent the night speaking with family members. We're told they were interviewed late into the night. This morning, police confirmed the shooting happened inside the house and that there were other children present. Majestee's father carried her in his arms as she was rushed to the hospital.
This is a tragedy. We're heartbroken. The city of Harvey is definitely reaching out, and we will continue to support the family in any way that we can. As a father, there's nothing worse than hearing anything like this.
Harvey City Administrator Timothy Williams says the city has also appealed to the Department of Justice, asking for a grant to hire additional officers. They want to double their current force, but won't say how many officers they have now. Still, the goal is to make sure there's still enough officers covering other parts of the city when tragedies like this happen.
When our officers are going to the scene, there's other areas in the city that may or that need support as well. So we were happy to get the assistance from Cook County, from the Illinois State Police, and from the neighboring communities, and that's what the South Suburbs do.